why did I not know that you were at Saturday Night Live? You worked at Saturday Night Live for a very...
that 2 week... Don't they do a 2 week trial thing sometimes?
They do.
Yeah.
I hear... I don't know. That's not how I came in, but I remember thinking that we were on a 2 week trial. My writing partner, Greg Daniels, and I thinking that was a 2 week trial. But then later on, someone said, no, you weren't a 2 week trial, but you were a 2 week trial.
I honestly, when I got there, I thought I got hired as a cast member, honestly, because I had already auditioned twice.
Right.
And I was told you're going to go and be a feature person, and I said great. And I got there, and they said no, you're actually going to write. Which either way, it didn't matter to me. I was just so thrilled that I had that opportunity. It was a tough 2 weeks.
Yeah,
because the table reads. I think even if you're, know people there, the table reads can be kind of brutal.
Yep.
I just remember I wrote a sketch, and it was, you could only hear the air conditioner in the room.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been like that on stage, so I'm kind of used to it. But there it was just, and I remember for some reason I was sitting next to Tina Fey, and I just remember her patting my shoulder in a very calm, not in a sarcastic way. It was really calming, and I'll never forget that. It was actually meant a lot to me, but it was rough. But I was thrilled to be there.
Yeah.
But you don't know what you're doing when you get there, right? Like
it takes a second to figure it out, and it's not. So many shows I've worked on since, and I, obviously loved my time at SNL and was so formative for me. But I've very much liked working in late night all those years because it felt like we were all working together a little more. There's so much show to fill. For years, it was, 5 hours a week you've got to fill. So there's no elbowing for room or real estate. Do you know what I mean? There's just, if someone has a good idea, everyone's like, oh my God, that's great. Let's do it. No one's, well, that's a really funny idea, but I'm not going to laugh because, and that's, so SNL definitely much more competitive.
I don't know if it's like that as much anymore.
Might not be.
Because when I went back to host, I noticed, it seemed much more loose and friendlier. Not that it wasn't friendly in the beginning when I was there for writing, but yeah, it was an honor to do it. I didn't have any bad feelings about it, except for, the tumbleweeds going across the writer's room.
Yeah. And that feeling of when you put a sketch in, if it's not working at read through, you can see everybody flipping to see how many pages this is. So you'll have that moment.
You're not supposed to do that. I do that all the time at table. I'm always like, do I have any more parts in this? Scanning for my name. You're bringing in something that popped in my head, and I don't know if you and I've ever talked about this connection, and maybe he doesn't want us to, but Tommy Blacha wrote on Conan, right?
Yeah.
Tommy,
one of my favorite writers of all time, yeah.
I think he happens to be the funniest person I think I've ever met. Like, he's that funny, and I knew that he left your show to go write for professional wrestling, right?
Yes. He worked with us back in the 90s, and I knew him through Andy Richter.
From Chicago, probably.
From Chicago, and and for a while, Tommy didn't say anything, and he was super quiet, and I just thought, well, I wonder if this guy's going to work out. I don't know. And then he revealed himself in the writer's room and on paper to be the funniest guy. I gave him a shout out on Stern once because I was on Stern, and Stern was kind of talking to me about, so you must just hire like Harvard Lampoon guys. And I said, no.
He was like an army guy.
Yeah. I said, one of the funniest writers I've ever known, I don't think went to college.
Are you talking about Tommy?
And I was talking about Tommy, and he said, who is that? And I said, Tommy Blacha. So he, really brilliantly funny guy.
He's on a level that I mean, the same level I would put you on, which is this, we used to do this bit back and forth to each other where it was just really just the dumbest person, right?
Yeah.
And because Tommy's really good at dumb, and it would be like, what about drinking coffee or something? Yeah, it was always the most obvious, and it always follow with or something.
Yeah, or something.
So one night, Tommy's had to spend the night at my house, and we were both working together. We had to get up early the next morning for work, and he's in the next room over. and it's 7 a.m. I'm up, and I'm just kind of basically waking up, and I hear Tommy say under his breath as he's waking up, "What, am I awake or something?" And I fell in love with him. Yeah. I fell in love with him.
Yeah.
And I used to beg, like he would make me laugh so hard, like I didn't want to leave him. It was
so he. This is one of my proudest happy moments. I would do all these riffs in the writer's room that outrageous, over the top, where I would almost play this over the top host who's incredibly abusive. And I would come into a room and someone would start to talk and I would say, play, yeah. But I remember at a time I was on this jag of saying like, why don't you go have a big tall glass of shut up juice? And it was just a really stupid, childish put down that I was doing. And I would do it whenever someone was taking a swig of something. I'd be like, oh, a little more. Just after they had pitched something, I'd be like, oh, a little more shut up juice, huh? Wet the whistle with some. And Tommy left because he was going to go write for professional wrestling. And he told me, hey, you got to tune in. I wrote this for The Rock. He's taunting one of his opponents and he tells him, why don't you go have a tall glass of shut up juice? And I was so thrilled. And I watched it and sure enough, The Rock was like, hey, I'll tell you something. And he's got my mind. He's like, maybe you should just go have a long tall glass of shut up juice. And then they cut to people in the arena and they're like holding their heads like, The Rock got him. And then I think the following week, someone had a sign that said shut up juice.
Oh my God.
And I was in heaven.
Oh,
and,
that's a payoff.
No one knew. I didn't care if anyone knew that was me or not. And then those are the kind of things that make me super happy. And so Tommy,
one of the funniest.
Yeah,
such a funny guy.